Hello, this is Tom. Today is October 21st, 2022. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Capitola Village and the beach. That's about 2 miles down the creek from me at the ocean. I have some really interesting tidbits here to tell you about Capitola. So in this photograph I show Capitola, the pier, the beach, and the part of the village that's closest to the ocean. It's on the Monterey Bay, Santa Cruz County. Um, this land around here, this whole beach and the hills around it were all owned by John Hames and family. So it's such a beautiful place, and it's a shame that it's not ours anymore. But anyhow, it's fun to think about what it was like and what we did own at one time. So in this slide, I'm going to use my travel routes page to show the connection between me and a new character that I'm introducing here that I haven't talked about before, Benjamin Hames Jr. As you can see, going up the left leg of this chart, the relation is me to Verna to Ted to Rose to Ellen to Jasper to Thomas, and then Drusilla was married to John Hames, and John Hames had a brother, Benjamin. Both Benjamin and John are uh, sons of Benjamin Hames Jr., Sr. Sorry about that, Sr. So this is a photograph of John Hames's brother, Benjamin Hames. Um, I believe Amy Marie, who's on our Facebook group, was the one who provided me with this photo of Benjamin Hames. I'd never seen it before, so I'm pretty sure she was the one who gave it to me. Um, we don't have any photographs of John Hames or Drusilla Hames, but we do have Benjamin Hames, and so I guess you can use your imagination a little bit and think that maybe John Hames looked quite a bit like his brother Ben here. So just for the sake of trying to identify some of these ancient characters. So I grabbed a piece of the map of Santa Cruz County from Google Maps to show you where Soquel and Corlitos are related to each other geographically. Uh, Soquel on the far left over here, of course, was founded by John and Drusilla Hames, and then over to the right where it says Corlitos Market and Sausage Company, that's the heart of Corlitos there. That's downtown Corlitos. Corlitos was founded by Benjamin Hames. So this is a picture of Frederick Heen. And so John Hames was the first person, the first brother to settle in Soquel, and then Benjamin came later on. He was down in South America for a couple of years and brought his wife from South America. I think I might have said it was Peru, but I'm thinking now maybe it was Chile. I'll look into that a little bit later. But anyhow, Benjamin um, founded Corlitos, and he got some of his money to get started in his lumber operations. He got the money from John Hames, and he seemed to have difficulty controlling his spending, and so he borrowed money from this fellow here, Frederick Heen, who was a rich land baron in the area at that time. I don't know what Benjamin did with the money. He might have been buying more sawmill equipment for his sawmill operation in Corlitos. Anyhow, he went to Frederick Heen for the money. So Benjamin couldn't pay back the money that he owed to Frederick Heen, and so he went to his brother John and asked him for help. And John, of course, owned all this land here around Soquel, and he owned what's now known as Capitola Village and Beach, both. And he made a deal with Heen that he would give Heen the beach and the village. Of course, it was all kind of raw land at that time, but he would give that land over to Heen in exchange for forgiveness on the debt that Benjamin had run up. And so Heen was interested in developing things. He was a land developer, I guess you'd say, an entrepreneur kind of a guy. And so here we have an early photograph. Actually, it's an artist's rendition, I should say, of what Heen turned Capitola Village into. It was a seaside beach resort. So this is what it became after it passed from the hands of John and Drusilla. And this is what Capitola Village looks like today. These bright colored buildings down on the beach, they're all privately owned, and these are considered to be California's first condominiums. They're worth a lot of money these days. When they were first built, they were pretty crackerbox. But California, of course, has grown a lot. But these colored little apartment condo things are kind of iconic. Sunset Magazine voted Capitola Village and Beach as the most iconic beach town in California. And so this is kind of what it looks like today, and that's really a shame that we don't still own it. It's so beautiful. I'm going to show you another shot or two of it here. So here's the beach at Capitola Village. In the foreground, you can't really see it here, but it's the mouth of Soquel Creek, which runs up into the mountains and pretty close by my house. I live about 2 miles from here, up the Soquel Creek, up in the mountains. Um, so this is a favorite playland in the summertime, especially. People come from all over Northern California, come and spend time at the beach and the sunshine, get out of the hot Central Valley and come to the beach. It's usually cold and foggy in the summertime, but people really love that. The air has that wonderful salty smell about it, and there's good restaurants. A lot of fun things to do. The kids really enjoy themselves. It's a wonderful place, and I feel lucky to have lived here for 50 years and to have spent many years up the coast a couple of miles from here surfing up at Pleasure Point, which is a real well-known surf spot. Every surfer in the world has probably heard of Pleasure Point. And I started surfing there in 1963, and I surfed there for 25 years or so before I just decided to start doing something different. But anyhow, this is kind of where I grew up, and this is where I come all the time for inspiration, just down the road from me. And here we have another view of Capitola from up on the cliffs above, looking down. So that pier out there has got a restaurant out on the end of it. People walk out there and eat dinner, breakfast. The fishermen come out and fish off the side of the pier, and there's a boat rental place. You can rent a boat out there and go out a few miles and go fishing out on the reefs. Adams Reef is a real good place to catch rock cod, different kinds of bottom fish out there. But we're pretty certain, well, we are certain actually, but we're not sure at what vintage. But at one point, the first Capitola Pier was built by John Hames, and it was used to haul lumber out of the Soquel Creek watershed and put it on ships after it was sawn. And then the redwood was shipped, some of it was shipped to San Francisco, but a lot of it went to the Hawaiian Islands. Then, of course, from there, who knows where it went. But really big redwoods here, just up the creek a couple of miles. So that's all I really have to say today about Capitola. I was down there earlier. I tried to do some video and do this session live, but it was a little bit cold and windy, and I thought it'd be better if I just get out of the wind and make the slides instead of the actual film strip. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Take care.